Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the end of January of 2022, and we're only getting closer to the marketing run of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series that's all set and ready to take place by mid to late March of this year. That's really going to set everything up for the hype of what's to come by this May for the Kenobi TV show. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do make sure to post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really interact with you guys further. So, what's really all the more exciting has everything to do with the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 5, The Return of the Mandalorian. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that by far was the best chapter, and I think a lot of fans are really talking about this right now because, well, it was more or less not even a Boba Fett episode, technically speaking. It was really a Mandalorian strict episode. So basically what we just saw with Chapter 5, I'm not going to dive into any spoilers. The one thing I will say is that it is not technically a Book of Boba Fett episode in nature. So moving on past all of this, we already know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they are doing big things for The Mandalorian Season 3, the Ahsoka Tano series, and other Star Wars TV shows out there that are currently in the works. They have a lot of things currently, that they are working on at the same exact time, simultaneously. You can only imagine what kind of work they go through on a day-by-day basis. I mean, these guys are working around the clock to really satisfy the fandom, to really turn things around for Star Wars. And I think that what we just saw in Chapter 5 just goes to show you that I think that The Mandalorian, at least in my book, is a better TV show than the Book of Boba Fett. So far, that's my case. So on top of all of this, what's really exciting has everything to do with what Favreau and Filoni have planned with George Lucas for, of course, the future of the mandoverse and beyond. So, with both Disney and Lucasfilm prepared to announce a series of new Star Wars TV shows and movies by this May at Star Wars Celebration, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are currently working on the Ahsoka Tano series and Mando Season 3 in order to expand the mandoverse further. However, it's described that currently Jon Favreau is set to begin applying some big retcons to the Star Wars prequel trilogy movies that were created by George Lucas. Now, it's noted that Favreau is getting ready to begin filming a very important scene for The Mandalorian Season 3 that is set to involve a reimagining of the fall of the Jedi Padawans from Episode 3 by the hands of Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker. Favreau is set to offer the fans Grogu's perspective of Anakin Skywalker destroying the younglings in the Star Wars episode from Mando Season 3. One major scene that is set to be filmed involves the return of a hooded version of Anakin Skywalker with an ignited blue lightsaber blade, just like in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, the scene is set to entail a moment in which Grogu witnesses the destruction of the Padawans, and then Anakin and Grogu are set to have a moment in which they look and stare at each other, where for some reason Grogu's presence is what allows Darth Vader to snap back to Anakin Skywalker. So, the thing about this entire scene so far that really catches my interest of what Favreau is planning to begin filming by the end of February, by the way, is that it really captures the human side of Darth Vader, the more personable side of Anakin Skywalker as well. And there's a specific key reason as to why Grogu is the reason as to why Darth Vader is able to snap back to Anakin Skywalker. Now, we're not quite sure exactly what that specific reason really is. It could have something to do with the Force. It could very well have something to do with the fact that Grogu reminds Anakin of Yoda. It's very possible it could be something as simple as that. But there's something about that Grogu actually initiates Darth Vader to bounce back to Anakin Skywalker, and how that progresses to something a little bit more personable for Anakin. We're going to get into that in just a second. Now, we already know that there are a lot of sets already being built for The Mandalorian Season 3 that is essentially rebuilding the inner workings of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. And that is, of course, for all the flashback sequences that are going to take place within Grogu's mind. And what's even all the more interesting is exactly how the flashbacks of Grogu are really going to be pretty much supplied to the fans. We're going to also talk about this in just a couple of seconds. The thing about that is that if you guys have watched Chapter 5, they're setting everything up for Grogu. I'll leave it at that. everything related to what's to come for The Mandalorian Season 3 and beyond, it's going to just get more and more expansive, and how it really fits into the past Skywalker saga films. So, beyond that, alright, it's unclear if Hayden Christensen will be a part of the scene. However, so far it's described as an unknown actor portraying the role of hooded Anakin with the Sith eyes. Anakin is set to let Grogu survive in the scene and will later be saved by a very well-known Jedi in Mando Season 3's flashback. Now, the flashback is set to work in conjunction with Luke Skywalker's training with Grogu at his Jedi training temple, where Luke taps into Grogu's mind. Both Favreau and Filoni want to make sure that they can really deliver the true version of George Lucas, with, of course, the prequel trilogy. Not only will they be refilming aspects of the scene from Episode 3, but they will also be repurposing already existing footage from Episode 3 to be used in Mando Season 3's flashback, very much like how those Episode 2 Attack of the Clones flashbacks were done in the Book of Boba. The third season is set to hold many flashbacks like this that will tell the story of Grogu, before and even after and even during Order 66. This scene is all set and ready to begin filming by the end of next month, before they finish filming the entire season sometime by late March. Now, it's noted that Anakin Skywalker's return destroying the younglings will also use some deleted sequences from Episode 3 that will fit into the flashback from Mando Season 3. Favreau is working very close with George Lucas on this in order to make it very much in tune with the tone of the prequels in order to make it truly believable for the fandom around the globe. This is described to also progress to a moment in which the surprise Jedi that saves Grogu from the burning Jedi Temple on Coruscant is going to be one of the biggest revelations for The Mandalorian Season 3. So that's another thing, alright? This is the big deal, is that who is this mysterious Jedi that saves Grogu from the burning Jedi Temple within Coruscant? Now, that is something interesting, because that is something that we have yet to have seen. Now, the fact that we will be getting a moment in which there is going to be a spread of fire in the Jedi Temple, we didn't really get to see that in Revenge of the Sith, and it didn't really seem like that even happened. So this could very well be a retcon by Jon and Dave, that the interior of the Jedi Temple where the Padawans were destroyed, there was a fire in there. But if you look at Revenge of the Sith, it doesn't seem so. It doesn't even seem like a fire really occurred, at least in that one section. So this could very well be a retcon to create a reason as to why Grogu is going to get saved by this mysterious Jedi, because Anakin Skywalker / Vader apparently lets him go because Vader snaps back to Anakin and back to his normal self for that brief moment. Very similar to what happened to Vader when he locked eyes with Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars Rebels, or the Clone Wars. We've seen this many times. So, overall, guys, let me know what you think about everything related to Mando Season 3, because this is going to be a very big deal come holiday season of this year. We already know that Season 3 is only the beginning of the mandoverse. Din Djarin, in his story is not going to end with The Mandalorian, even though they plan to only do 4 seasons. They're going to continue his story. That's going to stretch into new Star Wars TV shows where basically Din Djarin joins other characters, much like how he's eventually going to join Boba Fett and Fennec Shan. So I think that what Jon and Dave are doing is very much ambitious, it's very expansive, and that's the type of passionate creations that you need from creators like this. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.